This video will take a look at how to use the backorder system in parallel with the inventory management system. So if we start by taking a look at a sales order here, we can see that this is pending shipment and we've got 3 reservations allocated to the warehouse. We're then going to go into the pick, pack and ship interface. So we'll then prepare these for picking. You can see the status of those 3 are all now picking. So what we might do is firstly scan one part in. We'll then need to select the warehouse and we'll continue to move forward without picking the other 2 items. So this is the item that we picked. We're then going to go into the packing process. We've marked it as packed and then we're going to ship the item. So that line item has now been completed and we can see the other 2 have been marked as missing. So at this point we've identified 2 as missing and we need to make a decision about what to do next. So we could obviously take a look in the stock system and see whether there should be any stock. We could walk around the warehouse and try and find the missing part, but if we can't find it, we then need to either put it on back order or we need to cancel the item and possibly sell something else to the customer. So now that we've identified that we don't have the part, the next step is to relay that information back to accounts and they can possibly discuss with the customer about what we're going to do. So we've got 2 missing items here, so we'll take a look at the 2 different scenarios and we'll put one on back order and we'll cancel the other one. So going back to the sales order, and then we're going to go to the back order list. And we're now going to move this line item here onto back order. So we can then put an ETA in there and we'll click save on that. So we can see that line item has now been put on back order and the other one is still missing, and we've now an additional line item has appeared here as invoiced. So whenever an order is marked as shipped and all the line items are shipped, or some are marked as shipped and then others are put on back order, an invoice will then be generated for the customer. So once that invoice was generated, the shipped item has now been moved into an invoiced status. Now as far as the back order one goes, the next step at this point would be to go and create a purchase order so that there is some stock coming in, but there is another video which will go into that in more detail. So if we have a quick look at the order now, we can see that the status is on back order. We can see the 3 line items here again. This one's missing, on back order and invoiced. We can see inside the journal that it's been placed on back order, and that's as a result of putting that 1 line item on back order. So now if we go back into the back order list and the other one, if we go and cancel it and click save, so that's now removed it from the list. If we go back into the order, we can see that this one here that's been crossed out is our cancelled line item. We can see inside the amount owing, it's now a negative amount because we've obviously charged the customer for this product and we've now removed it. So what we can do now is add another line item. So that item has been added to the order now. We can see there's the new line item. It's currently not ordered and the amount owing has decremented a little bit there. Obviously this is a cheaper part, so if we were going to go with that alternative, we would obviously then just need to refund or create a credit note for that difference. So now that we've added that line item, we just need to run the generate additional POs or reservations, and depending on whether it's a dropship supplier that needs a purchase order or it's another warehouse, stock item, that may generate a reservation. So we then go back to the pick, pack and ship interface. We can see the items that are on back order, the one that we'd cancelled, and there's now another one here which is waiting for stock allocation. So we prepare for picking, which has now taken that one that was waiting and made it picking. And we're now going to scan that code in. So it's picked up a valid part, which has now been marked as picked. We'll go through the picking and the packing stages, and then we'll mark it as shipped again. So that item has now been completed, and it's just the one on back order which is remaining.